check out the Press 2025. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Callahan Marshall.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And I think we were just talking about how I drove through, I think, every possible thing this morning. It started with rain, then freezing rain, then snow, then it teetered out a little bit, and then it went back to snow.
Yeah, a mixed bag of weather today, pretty much. So yeah, you can expect everything with the kitchen sink, at least early this morning. A look outside right now on our camera on the Nexus Center. As you can see here, the rain has been freezing on the lens. So you got some freezing rain in the Mohawk Valley. As you head up into the hilltops, we actually are having some potential for sleet and ice as well. As we take a little loop here, you can see some of that pink popping up here on the radar indicating freezing rain, even some sleet. So early this morning, if you're heading out in the next few minutes, watch out for icy spots. Ice is currently falling in parts of the area and some snow showers primarily up north near Old Forge. Reason why: temperatures near the surface are below freezing, but it's only a very thin layer, allowing some of that precipitation to fall as rain and then freeze over to sleet and freezing rain early today. So heading out the door early this morning, watch out for that. A reminder that bridges freeze faster than asphalt, so if you're heading over some bridges, just a reminder to slow down because that could get a little bit icy. But this is temporary. This afternoon, we warm up into the 40s with maybe a passing sprinkle or flurry in higher elevations. But other than that, looking at quieter weather throughout the day today. We'll have a look at what we can expect for the next few days coming up in that full forecast. Callahan?
All right. The road to the Division III men's ice hockey championship.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back to Sunrise. Time now is 5:11, and heading out the door early today, you might encounter some slick spots, especially icy conditions in some higher elevations as well as some bridgeways, and we'll get to that in a second. So here we are, a look at roadways early this morning, heading up to, say, Boonville in the intersection of Woodgate Road and Route 12. You can see here, it appears to have at least a very thin layer of snow or ice. A bit hard to see it in the picture here, but at least with a lot of areas up north, I do lean more toward the snowy side. And then some other locations here as well. Roads are damp, but there are some icy spots, especially as you head up those higher elevations, as well as those bridges, which again do freeze over quicker than asphalt. Just an early heads up heading out early this morning. So I see a few yellow areas, especially up north. About 5 minutes ago, there's a lot more yellow. The only thing is this relies on traffic data, and of course, with not a lot of cars on the road, it can't quite put a good gauge on the traffic flow. But as we head into, say, the 6 a.m. hour, if you're watching at that point, you'll see a lot more consistent and reliable data when it comes to the traffic information early today. So the good news is that this impactful ice and snow is going to exit our area later on this morning, and this does at least produce an end for the next several hours heading into, say, 9, 10 a.m. So icy spots will likely end as we warm up into the 40s this afternoon, with a few spotty rain showers on your evening commute as you head home from work. Callahan?
All right, Saratoga County says we'll hire you.
Cooperstown Camera is brought to you by Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Utica. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, on this Monday morning. Time now is 5:17, and first off, taking a live look at Old Forge early this morning. Some of you up north waking up to a fresh layer of snow. More of an icy snow in some spots as well. Now, in Old Forge, it's comfortably below freezing at 27 degrees. However, in downtown Utica, we can see here some of that rain has frozen on our lens here. Currently sitting at a temperature of 31 with light snow in Rome and a light wintry mix and rain in the Mohawk Valley as you head down into Utica. So a difference in a few feet of elevation make all the difference here when it comes to what you're expecting early this morning. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the good news is a lot of this rain, sleet, ice, snow it ends in the next couple of hours. In fact, I would say even the next 30 minutes in parts of the Mohawk Valley as it continues north. Up near Old Forge, you're going to last maybe another hour or so. But this ends a warm slot, works its way in. As you can see here, we got that surge of a more south wind in the wake of this warm front. Now, following that, the overall pattern might not be so warm though. But you see here, today's highs climb into the mid to upper 40s, so not too bad of a day today temperature-wise. And of course, nothing like the warm spell we saw last week, but still, we'll take the 40s when we get it here in late March. But I want to focus more on this temperature trend that really showcases what the pattern that we're in. And we expected this last week, and so far it looks to pan out. 40s and 30s for the next 5 to 7 days. No major warmth expected. There is some uncertainty as to Sunday, depending on the position of a few systems. But for now, at least the near term, showcases some cooler weather expected. So maybe not, don't put away the shovels or even snow brush just yet, especially today. And just a reminder, when it comes to different types of rain, sleet, freezing rain, and snow, I want to zoom in on the warm slot. As you can see here, when you come to sleet and freezing rain, bridges likely will freeze over faster. And if you're in an icy spot, keep your steering wheel straight, do not brake, but just take your foot off the gas to slow down. Any sudden braking could cause some slipping. So, bigger picture, here's that warm front moving in. However, as we head to the next few days, we've got this unsettled weather pattern moving in. So we got some spotty snow and some spotty rain. But for today, though, most of that looks dry. This evening, as I'm going to see some more rain showers rolling its way back in again by, say, 6, 7, 8 o'clock. Then overnight, a few flurries up north, a few spotty snow showers tomorrow afternoon. And then heading into Wednesday, our best shot for a flurry or two. So the next few days looking a little unsettled. Not a complete washout or snowy day, but still can't rule them out. Then things dry out, though, Thursday and Friday. Overall, though, a cool pattern. I do say I think we were spoiled last week with 70s. It was so gorgeous, and then here we are back to reality.
But this is March, though. March is such a tease. We get the ups and downs, but I'll take what I can get.
Yeah, same.
All right, thanks, Eric. The time now is 5:20. All right, good morning, and thank you for joining us this half hour. I'm Callahan Marshall.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
You just said we have some delays coming in from schools.
Mixed bag of weather this morning as well. I know your drive-in was icy. Mine was icy. This morning, though, it does end, thankfully. So at least the good news is they're not going to be dealing with this all day long. But still, in fact, look outside right now. First off, in downtown Utica, it's a bit difficult to see the city right now as some of the rain that's fallen has frozen on our lens. That's the freezing rain falling as we speak, and even in some other locations as well, icy spots from some sleet and then some snow up north as well. So a mixed bag of weather early today. The radar right now still looking busy, especially north and east of Utica, heading into, say, north central and northern Herkimer County, Hamilton County, and Fulton County early today. Now, as you can see here, that dry slot moves in behind it, but at least for now, early this morning, watch out for some icy spots, especially on area bridges, as they do freeze over. Concrete freezes over faster than asphalt, and that could cause some slick spots. Temperature right below freezing in Rome, sitting at 31 degrees. However, a lot of warm air above it is allowing that sleet and freezing rain to fall. But as I mentioned earlier, this doesn't end or doesn't last all day. It ends this morning, and we'll be dealing with mainly cloudy skies. A warm up into the mid-40s with some more rain showers developing later this evening. Some light rain, if that. So overall, impactful weather does end later on this morning, but the at least short term showcases a cooler pattern and an unsettled pattern. We'll have a look at that in that full forecast in a few minutes. Callahan?
All right, Eric, thanks. And don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away.
Storm Tracker 2 team, where we track storms. The Cooperstown Camera is brought to you by Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Utica.
Welcome back to Sunrise on this Monday morning. For those of you who stayed up in the evening on Friday night or over the weekend, we got to see an amazing scene in the northern sky. It was the Northern Lights, and it was a brief but very bright setup. Now, of course, with these types of situations here, without a very strong solar storm, it's very difficult with your naked eye to see the northern lights. You usually see a faint glow of green and white on the horizon, and sometimes you'll see very faint red pillars, and that was the case on Friday. Of course, in cameras, they allow longer exposure, so usually you see these more vibrant colors here, but still, it was a great night, Friday night, to witness some of this solar activity here. And you can see it here in Waterville, taken by Jody. So thank you for that submission. Amazing photo as well. And we have plenty of spring photos to share with you guys this week. A lot of great submissions. And of course, if you have your own, you can submit it to WKTV.com/weather/pics. Back to you.
Maple Weekend continues in New York.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone. On this Monday, a pretty busy start to the day today with some icy spots as a wintry mix has rolled over the region. Downtown Utica, our camera still covered in ice as we take a live look at the city right now. And the case so far is at least a lot of main roadways are okay. Maybe some bridges could be icy, but besides that, things are starting to wind down activity-wise. The rain, snow, sleet, and freezing rain early today as it continues to move its way north and east. Behind it, a dry slot, so things are going to be quiet for much of the early part of the day today through the early afternoon. This is part of a larger low-pressure system dragging in a warm front, so today's temperatures won't be that cold, at least compared to the weekend. We're looking at high temperatures in the mid to upper 40s. So a seasonable day today, slightly above average. But as we look ahead to the remainder of the week this week, we're still stuck in this cooler pattern. Now, again, our average high this time of year is in the mid-40s, so this isn't a major cool down or an outlying temperature trend, but still a reminder that we are still in late March, and this is the typical weather we see here. That was been an early tease last week when we saw those 60s and 70s. But as we head to the end of the week into the weekend, maybe some uncertainty with Sunday, but at least for now, the cool weather does stick around. And just an early heads up this morning, if you are heading out, there are some side roads that are icy. Thank you to the crews out there early this morning who are out there treating the roads right now. But still a heads up, if you encounter an icy road, primarily an icy bridge, keep your steering wheel straight, don't brake, and take your foot off the gas to slow down. If you turn your steering wheel or you brake, you'll lose that rolling friction that you need to keep your car from losing control. But to our Skycast today, as you can see here, the snow wintry mix ends. We'll see mainly cloudy skies, a slightly warmer than average afternoon approaching near 50 if we're lucky. Then some spotty rain showers this evening and tonight, winding down with a few flurries up north early in the morning Tuesday, followed by some spotty flurries and drizzle in the afternoon. Then that winds down. Things cool down by early Wednesday, and our best shot for a dusting or so of snow will be Wednesday afternoon, as this frontal boundary moves through, bringing a passing snow shower, primarily Wednesday night and into Thursday. So at least for the near term, we're still in this cooler pattern with some rain, snow chances. No more, at least, complete sunshine, at least for the near term, as well as warmer weather. But still, as I mentioned, and as you've also experienced living here, it's March. We get this every year, so we have to get used to it.
I mean, you did say the snow is not done yet. So.
Yeah, so don't put away the shovels just yet. I mean, we had April, May snowstorms, so I can't rule that out.
Don't say May. Okay, thank you.
I don't want that to happen.
All right, thanks, Eric. The stage is 75. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Callahan Marshall.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
So the weather out there, it's getting a little better because the roads were a little slick on the way up here this morning.
Yeah, icy spots. It was a mixed bag, everything pretty much. Mother Nature throwing everything at us for the final days of March. This morning, matter of fact, a look outside, you can see here that the rain has been falling in Utica, but it's been so cold out that the rain has frozen on some of the surfaces here. Thankfully, though, the roadways, a lot of the crews out there this morning, shout out to all the DPW crews today, keeping those roadways ice-free. But just a heads up, some side roads, higher elevated roads could be a little bit icy as that snow and sleet passed over us. But again, that is coming to an end. So without additional snow and rain, or at least snow and sleet, plus a warming temperature, the impacts to travel will be greatly decreased throughout the morning. As you can see here, the radar, things are winding down after a brief round of heavy snow in parts of areas north, and then, of course, sleet and freezing rain. But temperatures are still hovering right below freezing in Rome and even in parts of the Mohawk Valley, but warmer temperatures are expected heading south. It's 45 in Rochester and 41 in Ithaca. In the next 12 hours, we'll see those temperatures climb into the mid to upper 40s. A seasonable day today. No major warm-up, though. We'll see things dry out and then rain arrive later on this evening. But will we see a warm spell arrive, or will this be the common trend? We have a look at that coming up in that full forecast. Callahan?
The road to the Division III men's ice hockey championship.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sunrise on this Monday. Time now 6:11, and as you head out the door this morning, especially in those higher elevations, less traveled roadways could be a bit icy due to some snow and sleet that rolled through early today. In fact, let's take a look first off at the area roadways right now. As you can see here, some spots up north, slushy side roads, potentially snow covered or sleet covered. As you head down in lower elevations, the roads are treated and it's just warm enough to where a lot of the asphalt is snow free or ice free, but some bridges might be a little icy still. A look at the traffic tracker, some slowdowns, some higher elevations. There's a report of an accident westbound on I-90, just a heads up regarding that early today. But besides that, things are looking mainly quiet in the lower elevations when it comes to travel concerns. And speaking of travel concerns, that snow and sleet and ice is exiting our area. It's pushing to the north and east. So following this morning's tricky travel with some icy spots, this does end in the next at least 15-20 minutes, especially up north, followed by a dry afternoon, a return to some light drizzle this evening. But overall, impact weather largely ends early today. Back to you.
Saratoga County says we'll hire you.
Well, your day. Watch for the Storm Tracker 2 Commutecast and be ready for your drive to and from work. The Storm Tracker 2 Commutecast is brought to you by the Pratt Munson College of Art and Design. Visit Pratt Munson today and ignite curiosity and creativity. The Cooperstown Camera is brought to you by Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Utica. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone. On this Monday, we are starting out the day today a little bit on the busy side with some sleet and ice and snow, but the good news is it's winding down. Downtown Utica live view right now. Our camera, of course, is still a little bit ice covered here, but of course that will change in the next couple of hours as we warm up above freezing following sunrise. And a look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. As you can see here, the snow and ice exiting to our north and east, and in the wake of this, a dry slot moves in and a warm slot, if you can call it that as well. We got the center of low pressure here over the northern parts of Michigan right now, and that is slingshotting some warmth over our area, if you can call it warmth, at least compared to the past few days. But following that, this cooler pattern will eventually work its way east. So we'll cool down a little bit as we head into the next few days. But at least today, temperatures peak in the mid to upper 40s, seasonably warm and over a couple of degrees warmer than average. But as we look ahead to the remainder of the week this week, you can see here we're back into the 30s and 40s again. 30s on Wednesday, 40s for Thursday and Friday, 30s on Saturday. A bit uncertain as to Sunday, though, as there's some different weather patterns. It could go from either the 40s or 60s, but at least for now, the consistent temperatures between now and Saturday look to be on the cool side. And just an early heads up, if you are heading out early this morning, when it comes to different types of rain and snow and sleet and freezing rain, a reminder on bridges, which of course due to the concrete being allowing itself to cool faster than asphalt, bridges could be icy. And if you do encounter some icy spots, don't turn your wheel, don't brake, just take your foot off the gas and let your car slowly slow down. Rolling friction is your friend here. When you convert that when your car encounters that ice, you lose that rolling friction, and then it causes your car to lose control. Just a heads up early this morning when it comes to that. But back to the forecast. Today, things wind down impact-wise, cloudy skies and temperatures in the 40s. Following that, we'll see an arrival of rain showers, some spotty rain this evening and tonight. Switching over to a few flurries overnight, especially up north of the Mohawk Valley. Then Tuesday, spotty flurries and drizzle, cloudy skies, generally unsettled and damp. Then on Wednesday, same story, although a little bit cooler. A better shot for some spotty snow, even a better shot for a dusting of snow heading into Wednesday night and into Thursday. So it's looking a little bit unsettled between now through Wednesday. Things dry out again a little bit on Thursday and Friday. 40s the highs. And I think today looks to be the warmest of the next 5 to 7 days. So I would say that, this is a heat wave of upper 40s. A bit different than last week, that's for sure.
I was just going to say that. Much different than last week where, kids were practically wearing shorts last week.
Oh, it was, easily
It was
shorts
beautiful,
weather.
though. It was beautiful, yeah.
Hopefully
All
we might see that soon. Who knows?
Fingers crossed, Eric. Fingers crossed. Thank you.
2025.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us this half hour. I'm Callahan Marshall.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
So everything's going on outside right now. Everything you can think of precipitation-wise is happening. At 3 this morning when I drove in, I drove through rain, freezing rain, snow. It was all happening.
Yeah, everything but snow. I had the ice, the rain. It was a mixed bag, kitchen sink, everything this morning. But the good news is winding down, so
Yes.
at least leaving work this morning shouldn't be too bad. A look outside early today. Well, downtown Utica, our camera still has some icy spots on it from that rain that froze over the lens, but you can see here roadways below it are mainly okay. Maybe some bridges a little icy, and maybe some higher elevations a little bit slushy as well. But a big thanks to the DPW crews who are hard at work this morning treating the roads. And again, the good news comes to the sleet, freezing rain, ice, and snow that is winding down. It is pushing its way north and east. So in the wake of it, a lot less intense of that sleet and freezing rain early this morning. But still, those temperatures are hovering right around the freezing point. We will expect them to climb throughout the next couple of hours, still in the low 30s in the Mohawk Valley and even up north. And as we head throughout the day today, expect mainly dry weather between now and, say, 4 p.m. As we head into the evening, things will turn a little more unsettled. Some scattered rain showers roll through. I don't think it'll be impactful when it comes to like what we saw this morning, but still, expect them to push through the area. We are still tracking an unsettled start to the work week, both for tomorrow and Wednesday. We'll have a look at the impacts of that in that full forecast. Callahan?
Thanks, Eric. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. New this morning, President...
The Cooperstown Camera is brought to you by Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Utica.
Welcome back to Sunrise on this Monday morning. Good morning, everyone. Our photo of the day today takes us back to Friday, I should say, in Waterville, where we got an amazing photo here submitted to us of the Northern Lights. So if you had the ability to witness this last Friday, it was a great scene out in the night sky. Now, the vibrant colors you see here was a very brief flare-up of the Northern Lights out in the distance. But even then, it's hard to see this with your naked eye. This is a photo taken with a longer exposure, so you can see the reds and greens. Normally, with your naked eye, in a very moderate to strong solar storm, you'll see just faint hues of white and green, almost as if there is something there, but you can't quite see it. But still, with the photos, we had a lot of great submissions here, and this one was taken by Jody in Waterville. So a shout out to Waterville this morning with an amazing shot of the Northern Lights this past weekend. So today, it's a cooler one, but the good news is the impact weather ends this morning as sleet, ice, and snow end. We'll have a look at what we can expect for the rest of the day today coming up in that full forecast. Callahan?
All right, Eric, thanks. Maple Weekend continues in New York State. Governor Cameron.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, on this Monday. Time now is 6:47, and heading out the door this morning, good news, road conditions are continuing to improve after some icy spots and even some snow showers overnight. Downtown Utica live view right now. As you can see here, main roadways are looking okay, but still some side streets, higher elevations could still be a little icy, but that'll still wind down as those temperatures today begin to climb above freezing. The other good news is the actual sleet and snow itself is now coming to an end. It's moving its way up to the north. So compared to earlier today where the sleet and snow were heavy at times, it's looking a lot more on the quiet side early today. Zooming out, this is part of a larger low pressure system, which is, of course, centered around parts of Lake Huron out to the north and west of us. But as that low pressure drags in that warmer air, this will be temporary before the system itself moves its way east and will cool down again by the middle of the week. So today, although it's a mild one, at least comparatively to our typical temperature around 45 degrees this time of year, compared to last week, quite the difference. And as we look ahead to the next few days, still no major warm-up expected. We're looking at the 40s and 30s between now to the end of the week. Some uncertainty as to Sunday, but at least for the next 5 to 6 days, it's looking to be around average or cooler than average for at least the near term. And while we're on the topic of this wintry mix we saw overnight, if some spots are still icy, primarily bridges, which again, concrete does cool down faster than asphalt. Just a look right now at the tips that you can use to prevent slipping and sliding. Keep your steering wheel straight. Don't brake. If you do have to slow down, just take your foot off the gas. Rolling friction in physics is your friend here. If you lose that friction, then you're basically sliding with your bare tires on this icy surface. So again, use that to your advantage and find ways to slow down without suddenly changing direction or speed. So today, high temperatures climb up into the upper 40s, low 50s if we're lucky, but that'll be followed by some scattered rain showers this evening and tonight, switching over to a few flurries as well up north. Then tomorrow, scattered flurries and drizzle, an unsettled and damp day. A bit of a cool one as well, with high temperatures only in the upper 30s, maybe low 40s. Then on Wednesday morning, peaks of sunshine followed by a mixed bag of passing snow showers and drizzle here and there as a front moves through Wednesday night, bringing in some at least light snow, a dusting of snow over parts of our area. Then it quiets down for the most part Thursday and Friday. Highs in the 40s, warming up into the 30s again by Saturday. So we're not seeing a major warm up next
Warming
weekend.
up.
Yeah, so it's looking like a cooler one, at least for the near term. A reminder, though, it's still March. We
You
were
never know what
teased.
you're going to get. You never know
Yeah.
what you're going to get. Yeah. Yep.
So
Right.
we'll take this weather, I guess.
Yeah, all right. Thank you. We'll be right back.
Gage joins us now with a first look at the forecast in this half hour. And boy, it was a little slick this morning. As we said all last week, those 70-degree temperatures were nice, but
We're back to reality.
We're back to reality, and winter is going to hold on to that grip just a little bit longer.
Yeah, and at least after this icy morning, things have quieted down, which is the good news. We're not tracking any impactful weather, at least for the short term, unless, of course, you count some rain on your windshield as impactful. But still today, cloudy skies in downtown Utica right now. And a look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. All that snow and ice has exited to our north. It did produce a lot of icy roadways this morning. It came down pretty good in some spots. But you can see here, the backside of the system could produce a spotty shower or two. This will roll through later on this afternoon and the early part of this evening before things, again, do wind down by tonight. We could see a surge of mild weather. Our highs for today are in the upper 40s, but it all depends on how quick and how long this warm spell moves in, because as this warm front drags in warmer temperatures, that cold front trailing it will cool things back down again tonight. So today, highs upper 40s, rain begins to move in. Again, it's too warm to produce snow, but at least for tomorrow and Wednesday, there's potential for snow flurries to mix in as well. We'll explain the timing, potential impacts, and how the temperatures look as we head into the rest of the week coming up in that full forecast. Steve?
Eric, thanks. New at noon.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, everyone. After a pretty busy start to the day today with icy conditions, even some snow up north, things have quieted down quickly. That front has passed us, and in downtown Utica right now, just some cloudy skies and damp conditions overall. Most of that rain and even snow has ended, but it will return again, at least the rainy side of things, later on this afternoon as a trailing frontal boundary moves its way in. We can see it start to develop right off the coast of Oswego in parts of Lake Ontario right now. But as we look at the bigger picture here, we've got this cloud cover here, potentially some clearing in the back side of it before, again, these showers roll through. But the larger pattern is this system slowly moving its way east, and in the process dragging in some cooler weather, even some rain and snow showers mixing in as well. And it's difficult for that snow to really stick around, but the snow chances are still possible. So today's high temperatures peaking in the 40s, cooling down into the 30s tonight. And this is actually right around average for this time of year. And as we look ahead to the remainder of the week this week, no major warm-up, but also no major cool-down. We're seeing highs in the upper 30s to low 40s, which is right around average for this time of year. And you can see it on our 6 to 10 day temperature outlook right now. We are right in that gray area. So a typical late March right now. So although it seems cold, this is not really an outlying event. So what happens the next few days? Well, we've got cloudy skies today. That rain moves through this evening. Peaks of sunshine mixed in with some spotty rain showers. Highs in the upper 40s nearing 50, about the warmest we get for most of the week. As we head into tomorrow, we'll see a few snow showers, light snow up north, followed by some patchy drizzle here and there tomorrow. And this will linger for much of the daytime. It's a damp and cool one for your Tuesday, not nearly as dry as today. Then heading to Tuesday night, things quiet down. They actually cool down a little bit too, below freezing. So watch out for icy spots early Wednesday morning, followed by some spotty snow showers. And I think with some of this here, we could actually see some graupel mixed in, or you ever see those very soft snow pellets that fall from the sky? This might be a situation where some of that falls with the type of atmospheric setup that moves in. But as we head into the evening, we cool below freezing. We'll see a better shot for some light snow, potentially producing a dusting on the ground heading into Wednesday night. So your 7-day forecast, it's a bit of a cool stretch the next few days, but right around average for this time of year, into the 30s and 40s again as we head into the weekend. Steve?
Good afternoon once again. Thank you for joining us this half hour. I'm Steve McMurray in for Gary this noon.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And boy, what not a shock to the system, because we knew it was coming, but after 70s a couple weeks ago, to have some icy spots this morning, like, well,
Yeah,
Still
we're-
here.
We're still here. It's still Marl. I would say closer to February with the weather we've been seeing.
Yeah.
But at least right around this time, it's average.
Yeah.
Just where it's a shock of the system with the warmth we've had.
Yeah.
I do want to share with all of you though an adorable video that I took about 2 years ago when Bill brought the guest meteorologist who we all answer to here, Sky Cardis, to the newsroom, and it was an adorable sight here and an amazing dog. I have seen her a few times. We actually hiked, Bill and I hiked with Sky up in, I believe it was Fire Mountain. I have to correct my remembrance of the high peaks up north, but still, she carried me up the mountain. She had more energy than I did. So I'm going to show you how much energy this dog has, and of course she's adorable and a great dog. Shout out to Sky this afternoon. Downtown Utica right now, cloudy skies have rolled in after a pretty busy morning with ice and snow. That has since ended and we're in a dry slot right now, but that's temporary. We have a rain band moving its way eastward into our area later on this afternoon, and it will kick off an unsettled and damp weather pattern from now, or at least I should say this afternoon, this evening, through Tuesday and Wednesday. So we'll have a look at the potential impacts, the timings of the arrival of rain and snow coming up in that full forecast. Steve?
All right, thanks a lot, Eric. Well, the first of two.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are tracking an end to the active weather this morning. In fact, it's been quiet for the past several hours. Cloudy skies in downtown Utica, as you can live view out there right now. Things are still a little damp, though, after all that ice, rain, and snow continued to melt. But still, today, it's a somewhat mild one, if you call it that. With temperatures slowly climbing from the upper 30s into the 40s by this afternoon. Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar shows us in this dry slot right now, but again, the back side of this front right here, you can see it slowly approaching. This is what we're keeping a close eye on, as this will bring in some rain into our area this evening and eventually early tonight. So we've got this warmer trend today, but overall, we are in an average weather pattern as we see this broad area of low pressure move its way east, bringing damp conditions and a chance of clouds, rain, even some snow showers mixing in as well. So again, today's highs in the upper 40s, right around average this time of year. In fact, as you look ahead to pretty much the next 5 to 7 days, most of this week will be spent in the upper 30s, low 40s, which by late March standards actually is right around average for this time of year. So I know we were spoiled by a 60 and 70 degree stretch last week, but of course this week we are back to reality. There are some signs of a potential warm up next week, but the data is very inconsistent and I don't feel confident enough putting a forecast out for warmer weather, as of if right now there's a lot of inconsistency with that data. So to the skycast for the near term today, cloudy skies give way to some rain showers this evening and tonight. This will wind down, and by tomorrow morning, a few flurries up north, followed by some spotty rain and snow showers in the afternoon. A somewhat damp day with light drizzle, flurries throughout the entire afternoon and evening. And then things do eventually wind down overnight tomorrow night into Wednesday morning. But Wednesday will appear to be a little bit on the cooler side. High temperatures in the 30s following some spotty snow showers. In this case, I do think that there could be some grapple mixing in, which is that soft snow pellet that you sometimes see. So again, this could take place as early as Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening. Then by Wednesday night, a trailing cold front will bring in some snow showers, light snow into our area, potentially producing a dusting. So your 7-day forecast, we've got 30s and 40s the next few days with things drying out Thursday and Friday. Rain returning again on Saturday with highs in the 30s. We'll be right back.
For a first look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis, we've got some rain going through, huh?
Yeah, cold front is moving through right now. Let's take a look at the radar, and you can see that, we're going to be getting some heavy rain. This could even bring a few snow pellets as the air aloft is cold. We can see a few of those as this rolls through the region over the next 1 to 2 hours. Expect the wind to pick up as we head into this evening, and it will be pretty chilly tonight. Current temperature 45 degrees. We almost hit 50 with some sunshine before this cold front moved in. And again, the rest of this evening does look pretty unsettled. Rain showers will switch over to snow showers tonight. Little accumulation is expected. I don't expect the same issues that we had earlier this morning for tomorrow morning, but unfortunately, there's no break in the wind anytime soon. March is going to continue to do its thing. Looking at a windy week ahead, more clouds, showers, and cooler weather as well. This evening, rain showers, the winds continue, temperatures will drop into the 30s. Again, we are tracking some chilly weather for the next couple of days, but we've got a little bit of a warm up ahead too. Look at the forecast coming out. Kristen, back to you.
All right, Bill, thank you. SUNY Poly's
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
A cold front is moving through central New York right now. It's bringing some heavy rain. Take a look at the conditions in downtown Utica. 45 degrees, a big change in the weather compared to the last couple of hours. We did see some sunshine and temperatures got pretty close to 50 degrees, but now we're going in a different direction. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, widespread rain. Some of this is mixing in with some snow pellets. So don't be surprised if you see a little bit of that as this rolls through. No thunder or lightning, but there could be some gusty winds as well as this line continues to march east. And again, keep the umbrella handy over the next hour or two. The weather is going to remain unsettled as we head into tonight. In case you missed it, we had a vivid display of the Northern Lights for a very brief time on Friday night. This was from the parking lot of WKTV at around 10:15. We do have another chance of seeing the Northern Lights tomorrow night, but we're going to have to overcome some obstacles here. One of them is cloud cover, and we'll keep you posted. So we'll see how this plays out tomorrow night. If it does look like we can get another glimpse, we'll pass along additional information, and we'll give you an update tomorrow. Windy weather is going to stick around. Again, it is the windiest month of the year. The winds are going to continue tomorrow. And Wednesday, we'll see gusts over 30 miles an hour in the afternoon. Not quite to the level of causing damage, but definitely a nuisance for sure. The winds become a little bit less as we head into Thursday and Friday. Temperatures are on their way down. We're close to 50 degrees still in Deansboro, Little Falls 45, across Southern Valleys, Cooperstown 47, Oneonta 45 degrees. But again, temperatures will be falling this evening as this cold front swings through. Behind it, an area of low pressure will be swinging in. This will bring clouds and showers and just a continuation of cloudy, cool weather here as we head into the next couple of days. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast. Rain showers this evening come to an end. We'll see a couple of scattered showers tonight. Overnight lows will drop down into the 30s. Some snow showers are expected on Tuesday. Hit or miss throughout the day. Not heavy, not expecting to cause any issues. And again, we're above freezing, so anything that does fall is going to be melting. Temperatures will be in the low 40s, and it's going to be a breezy afternoon. Tomorrow night, again, a continuation of showers. Snow showers continue into Wednesday. Again, same idea. Little accumulation, more of a nuisance than anything else. And again, the chilly, cool weather is going to continue. Snow showers tonight, low temperature of 33. Tomorrow, rain and snow showers, highs in the low 40s. Another windy afternoon with plenty of clouds. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. The weather starts to improve as we head into the end of the week and into the weekend. Temperatures will climb into the 50s as we look ahead to Sunday and Monday with widespread rain. But this type of weather is closer to normal for March compared to the 60s and 70s that a lot of it we all enjoyed.
Yeah.
We want them back. They are coming back, just not in the next week.
And we hear the rain already.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Bill. Wildfires, bring them in. Let's get over to Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
So we're talking wind and wind stats. March is the windiest month of the year, but it's been windier compared to more of a typical year. In fact, we can look at the wind stats for 2025. We've had 15 days so far this year with wind gusts over 40 miles an hour. Last year, we only had 10 days, so that's 5 more this year compared to last year at this time. We've had 37 days with wind gusts That should say over 30 miles an hour. So it's been very, very windy and windier than last year, very noticeable too. And one of the reasons why is we've been in this very active weather pattern in the windiest month of the year. It's kind of like hitting the peak here on both ends. And we're going to continue this week. It's going to be windy and it's going to be chilly. Temperatures will be in the low 40s tomorrow, upper 30s Wednesday, generally in the 40s here throughout the week. And our average high for this time of the year in the upper 40s. So we're not that far behind. We are tracking some rain moving through. Even a rumble of thunder can't be ruled out. We're expecting this to roll through over the next couple of hours. So just keep that in mind. If you're taking the dog for a walk, you might want to wait for this to move through. Temperatures will be in the low 40s this evening. Tonight's featured dog is Dutton from Sequoit. This is brought to you by Nissan. We are tracking a very unsettled week ahead. A look at the forecast is coming up. Kristen, back to you.
It's officially spring and
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Rain continues to sweep across central New York. A cold front is moving through our area. Live look in Cooperstown. Hasn't quite made it here yet, but it will. Some sunshine starting to become faded behind clouds. The leading edge of this front is producing some heavier rain. In fact, we've actually detected a few lightning strikes just south of Utica. Those took place about 10 to 15 minutes ago. And again, some thunder certainly happening and in the cards as this heads to the east. Based on some of the reflectivity, what we're seeing on the Doppler radar, some small hail and some snow pellets can't be ruled out as this moves east. Again, the bigger concern is going to be gusty winds, heavy rain, big drop in temperature. And again, this is going to be moving to the east as we head into this evening. Colder air on the way as we head into tomorrow. And really for the rest of the week, temperatures will be below average for this time of the year. We'll be in the low 40s to upper 30s. Clinton, 46 degrees. West Leiden, 42. Micah, New Hartford, 49. Curtis, 41, Mohawk, 46, Worcester, 47, Skinevus, 51. This cold front's going to sweep through the area this evening. And again, on the back side of this, chillier air is going to work in. This large area of low pressure is going to be moving in, bringing us plenty of clouds and some snow showers. This is very disorganized, which means it is not going to be something that lasts for very long. We're going to have some on and off snow showers, especially during the afternoons. A little accumulation is expected, and it won't stick around as temperatures will be generally above freezing. Tonight, again, unsettled conditions, rain showers do switch over to snow showers overnight. Little accumulation is expected. Temperatures will drop down into the mid-30s. Another windy day tomorrow. Scattered snow showers. Temperatures will climb into the low 40s. Wind gusts will be about 30 to 35 miles an hour. So it's going to make it feel like upper 20s. Heading into Wednesday night, again, a couple of lingering, or I should say Tuesday night, a few lingering snow showers. Wednesday, more of the same. On and off snow showers. Another windy afternoon as that area of low pressure swings through. Temperatures will be in the upper 30s. Tonight, snow showers, low temperature of 33. A windy, chilly day tomorrow. On and off snow showers. Temperatures in the low 40s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. The weather patterns will start to change, but it's going to take some time. It's windy, it's chilly, it's unsettled for 2 days. Thursday, we're expecting the weather to at least dry out, mostly cloudy skies, 43. Cloudy on Friday, 45. Another weather maker is expected on Saturday, producing rain and snow showers, 39. Sunday and Monday, that's when temperatures start to warm up. We're also expecting widespread rain with high temperatures close to 50 degrees. We'll be right back.
To the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
We're tracking a cold front moving through central New York. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. A few lightning strikes detected with this line in southern Oneida and southern Herkimer County, just 2 so far. But again, this is moving east and it could be producing a little bit more. This is going to mainly produce rain and some gusty winds, maybe even some small hail, but this is not going to produce any violent weather. We're expecting much colder conditions as this front moves through the region. Current temperature 46 degrees. We briefly got close to 50 degrees this afternoon with a few breaks of sunshine, but we're going to be heading into the colder direction as we head throughout the remainder of this week. Rain showers switch over to snow showers tonight, It remains cold and windy here throughout the remainder of this week with more rain and snow chances ahead. This evening, temperatures drop into the 30s. Again, rain showers will be coming to an end, but we will see some snow showers overnight and generally unsettled weather pattern for a couple of days before it starts to warm up. We'll look at the forecast coming up. Kristen, back to you.
Not only will Utica host the
WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We are tracking a cold front moving through central New York. It's producing rain, even a few rumbles of thunder, and some small hail. As we take a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, the heaviest rain is now moving into the eastern half of our area, impacting the Mohawk Valley, German Flats, Richfield, Little Falls, seeing downpours. And again, a rumble of thunder can't be ruled out. This is moving to the east. It's moving into Otsego County. Put a storm track on this as it moves to the south and east, approaching Hartwick at 632, Milford at 642, and Maryland at 648. Again, some downpours with this, gusty winds. The back edge of this will move through, but you can see there's more activity to the west. And we are going to be in an unsettled weather pattern here for at least the next 2 days. Live look at downtown Utica, temperature 44 degrees. It is cooler with those rain showers rolling through. We briefly hit 50 earlier this afternoon. Well, let's talk about the wind. It's been a very windy month. It's been a windy year. It's been a lot windier than last year. 15 days, we've seen wind gusts over 40 miles an hour. Last year was only 10. 37 days with wind gusts over 30 miles an hour. Last year was only 23. So it's been a dramatically different year, and one major reason is because of the weather pattern. It's been a very active pattern in the windiest part of the year. We've been getting storm after storm rolling through, and that's really what's been generating the winds. We'll see more of this tomorrow and Wednesday. Another area of low pressure moving right overhead. It's expected to produce wind gusts over 30 miles an hour, breezy conditions heading into Thursday and Friday. So we'll get a little bit of a break from the wind later this week. Skywatchers, West Leiden 42, Barneveld 46, Norway 44, Jeff and Mohawk 46, Skinnivis with 51. Again, this cold front moves through. Behind it, we've got an area of low pressure. This is going to be sliding in, bringing us clouds and on and off showers, mainly snow showers. The good news is that the snow is not going to cause any big problems because it falls in an environment that's above freezing. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight. Again, mostly cloudy skies, passing snow showers possible. Overnight lows in the mid-30s. On and off rain and snow showers tomorrow. Generally gloomy, windy, dreary day. Temperatures will be in the low 40s. Tomorrow night, the weather starts to change. It will get less snow showers here on Wednesday, but still looking unsettled. Chillier, though, high temperatures in the upper 30s. Snow showers tonight, low temperature of 33. Tomorrow, rain and snow showers, 43 for the high. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Later this week, we do get a chance to dry out. There will be less wind Thursday and Friday. Temperatures will be in the 40s. Rain and snow on Saturday, 39. We're into the 50s, though, so a little bit of a turnaround with rain expected by Sunday and Monday.
All right, Bill, thank you.
Still to come on News Channel 2 at 6. Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. So this is interesting. I thought it's been windier lately.
Yeah.
And it has.
Yeah. It's been windier than the last couple of years.
Wow.
We're talking about wind gusts over 30 miles an hour. How many days has that happened so far? 37 days. Of those 37, 15 have had winds over 40 miles an hour. Wow. We've only had like 66 days so far this year. So that's averaging like more than one per week of a pretty big wind event.
That's impressive for this area because we usually don't see that.
Yeah, we are in the windiest time of the year, but again, these numbers are higher than what we would expect and what we would be typically used to. So if you're noticing the wind, it's not just you. There's actually a little bit of data to back up your observations here. The weather, well, we're going to be on the cooler side. It's also going to stay windy too, especially over the next couple of days. Temperatures will stay in the 40s. We'll only be in the upper 30s here on Wednesday as an area of low pressure swings in. And that is going to be bringing in some showers, even some snow showers. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It turns unsettled this evening. Cloudy skies at Griffiths and Rome, but again, we're expecting some rain and snow showers here tonight. Overnight lows will drop down into the low 30s. We're tracking Some warmer weather later this week. Look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. New tonight.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We are taking a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. And yes, it is showing snow. Just based on ground reports, the leading edge of this isn't quite reaching the ground, but it will. We do expect to see some snow showers and rain showers tonight. With temperatures generally staying above freezing, a lot of this is going to have a hard time sticking around. And that's going to be the case for the next couple of days. We are going to have widespread showers. A lot of these will fall in snow. But again, with temperatures above freezing, really not going to do a whole lot. In fact, we can look in downtown Utica. This is the current picture, and you can see that it's not snowy here, at least not yet. Temperature's 36 degrees, roads are wet. And we'll stay generally above freezing tonight, so anything that does fall will be melting and it won't be causing any issues on the roads. The wind, well, that is going to continue to be an issue here. We're looking at wind gusts tomorrow between about 30 to 35 miles an hour. Same thing with Wednesday. It does turn less windy Thursday and Friday, but it is still going to be around. Again, we are in the windiest month of the year, but this one in particular has been windier than even a typical March. Tomorrow, there is the chance that we could spot the northern lights. It's a little bit of a Hail Mary here, but I want to at least draw this to your attention. Space Prediction Center is calling for a moderate geomagnetic storm, which is similar to what we saw on Friday, at least on paper. You take it with a grain of salt because forecasting space weather is a whole nother game. But it is something that we'll be keeping an eye on. Unfortunately, cloud cover might be an issue tomorrow. We think that this could happen early on, so after sunset. But again, a lot of things have to work out in our favor for us to be able to see that. Still think it's worth passing along, though. Bigger picture, to the west we go. Clouds, snow showers, all this is heading east. It's going to be our weather for the next couple of days. Tonight, snow showers, overnight lows drop down to the mid-30s. Snow showers tomorrow, mixing in with rain showers in the lower elevations. Little accumulation is expected. Just a cold, dreary day. The winds will be around the afternoon. Tomorrow night, a couple of snow showers. More snow showers on Wednesday. Temperatures once again in the 30s with more wind. It's going to feel more like 20s. Snow showers tonight, low temperature of 33. Rain and snow showers tomorrow, 43 for the high. Windy conditions continue. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. It does change Thursday and Friday. We get a chance to dry out. Temperatures will slowly warm up, and again, it turns less windy. Rain and snow possible Saturday, 39. We're up to the 50s heading into Sunday and Monday of next week. So we do eventually warm up.
I don't remember it being this windy. Like, it's been a long time since we've had this much consistent wind. Is there any particular track that we're on that is causing this?
We're just in the middle of an active weather pattern in the windiest month of the year. So imagine you're getting all the active weather in January, you're getting a lot of snow. You're getting all the active weather in March, you're getting all the wind. Yeah.
That's right.
Bad luck.
It is bad luck. All right, thanks, Bill. Coming up next, the Cost of College cast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. And if it seems like it's been pretty windy lately, it's because it has.
Yes, and we have had windier weather than usual. We are in the windiest time of the year.
Okay.
So it's like saying that it snows a lot in January. Well, yeah, it does snow a lot in January, but there are some Januaries, like this January, where it was like, wow, there's a lot more snow than we're used to seeing.
Yes.
Well, we can see this in the wind data. We've had 37 days that winds have gusted over 30 miles an hour. Of those 37 days, 15 days, we had winds over 40 miles an hour.
And we've only had, 60 some odd days of the year so far?
Yeah, so we've had 13 weeks of the year. So this is more than one wind event per week on average, which is just, that's wild.
Yeah, it is.
One explanation for this is just, again, we're in this active weather pattern at this time of the year, kind of like we saw in January, where we've just had a lot of weather in the middle of winter time, and that brought us a lot of snow. And we're going to continue to see this active stretch of weather for this week, and it means more wind tomorrow and Wednesday. Temperatures are going to be on the cooler side. We'll be in the 40s for the most part this week, so it's going to be pretty chilly. We're also dealing with some snow showers. Now, the radar is showing snow, but the ground reports are more of a snow-rain mix, at least for the lower elevations. As we look at Griffith stats, we're 38 degrees with light rain. And any snow that does fall from the sky tonight will have a hard time accumulating as we generally stay above freezing overnight. We're down into the low 30s. We are tracking unsettled and windy weather. And look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. New tonight.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We are taking a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. This is another area of rain and snow. Now we have an area of low pressure approaching from the west, and it is going to bring more rounds of rain and snow showers to our area over the next couple of days. This is moving to the east, and it's not really producing any big weather. Some light rain showers, some snow showers. Temperatures are going to stay generally above freezing over the next couple of days. So any snow that does come out of this is going to have a really hard time sticking, and it's not expected to cause any issues traveling. 38 degrees, downtown Utica, roads are wet. The winds are going to be around. They're going to stick around tomorrow and Wednesday. It turns less windy Thursday and Friday, but I think we'll see wind gusts over 30 miles an hour again over the next 2 days. Something to keep an eye on. We might get another shot of seeing the northern lights. A lot of us saw it on Friday night from a geomagnetic storm. It was a moderate one. The Space Prediction Center is calling for another one of these tomorrow night. And like Friday, the best viewing would be after sunset. The problem this time around is that cloud cover may be an issue. We are thinking it's going to be partly to mostly cloudy skies. But if for some reason you get an opening just the right time, and we might be able to spot these, we'll keep you posted. We'll have an update on this tomorrow. Bigger picture shows an area of low pressure moving in from the west. Again, clouds, snow showers. This is all heading our way. And we're expecting this to arrive tomorrow with clouds and on and off rain and snow showers. Temperatures will be in the 30s. It's not going to rain the entire day. It's not going to snow the whole day. But these are going to be numerous, and they'll be most active in the afternoon with a little bit of heating of the sun. Tomorrow night, mostly cloudy skies. It's chilly. We're down into the upper 20s. More rain and snow showers expected on Wednesday. Windy as well. Temperatures in the upper 30s. Keep in mind, as the winds blow, that will knock the wind. It'll make the wind chills drop. It'll feel more like 20s and low 30s here over the next couple of days. Snow showers tonight. Low temperature of 33. Tomorrow, rain and snow showers. High 43. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. The weather does settle down Thursday and Friday as this area of low pressure moves to the east. It's still mostly cloudy. It's still kind of chilly, but it won't be as windy. We're looking at dry weather. Next weather system on Saturday, rain and snow, 39. A rainmaker and some warmer weather expected Sunday and Monday.
Looks like this is one of those weeks where we're not going to hit 60s and 70s and sunshine and go, ah, spring.
We'll get there, though, just not this week.
Yes, it's coming. All right, thanks, Bill. Up next.